Good morning, everyone, and welcome to another edition of Journeys with Joe. I'm Joe. Today is Monday, August 9th, and today I'd like to share with you something that I've been thinking about for a couple of weeks. One of my friends suggested it in a certain way, and I'd like to go ahead and share this thought with you in the hopes that it might spur some action that will help make your lives and the lives of the people who surround you better. I don't think I need to tell you that there's a lot of things going on in the world right now, and not all of those things are good. In fact, many of those things are not good. And our response to those events, things that are happening around us, situations where we feel like we may not be in complete control, those are going to dictate how we move forward and how we maintain our relationships with the people that we care about the most. And that's really what I want to lead into is how do we respond to everything that's happening? I think that trying to come up with a kind and understanding way to deal with other people is going to be the best way forward. I want to share a couple of ways that we can express that kindness to others and create the change that we want to see in the world around us. When I was growing up, I'm old enough to remember renting video cassette tapes from the video store and returning them. And a lot of the video cassette tapes would have a message on the inside, a little label, a sticker that said, "Be kind, rewind," or "Be a friend, rewind when you reach the end." Now, in some ways, it would be nice to go back to the world that was much simpler, where people did rent video cassette tapes and rewind them and return them to the store. And in many ways, we are blessed with the great technology and the great advances that we have. The fact that we can communicate with virtually anybody anywhere around the world instantly is amazing, but it's also created a lot of negatives. And I'm looking to find positive ways to react to that and to really bring things back to the local and the personal and the practical. I believe that one way that we can help to improve the level of kindness in the world is to start noticing things about other people that we like or that we appreciate that we may not have told them about before. For instance, if you have a neighbor who's always walking their dog outside and the neighbor has a very nice smile and is always a very pleasant person, you might want to mention that to them. Just say to them, "Hey, I noticed you walking around all the time with your dog, and I never really got to introduce myself, but I notice you always have such a nice smile and you have such a good demeanor. It's really great to see that as part of our community." I think that's a very good practical way to make a connection with somebody else, somebody they may not even know, and somebody who may have a different political background from you or a different racial, ethnic, religious background. But you're making connections by leading with kindness, leading with empathy, leading with your heart. And I think that is a way for us to really improve the neighborhood that we live in, because when it comes down to it, everything that we work with in our lives is local. Yes, we have the Twitter community, we have the Facebook, the Instagram, everything that we would be able to communicate with the rest of the world. But when it comes down to it, most of us have a pretty small and close and loyal circle of friends and generally only interact with a very small fraction of the world. And if you can do little things to make that part of your world better, then I think that we're going to make the whole world a better place bit by bit. And so just looking at the people around you and giving them positive feedback, I think is a very important thing. You never know what somebody could be going through. Everyone has a cross to bear. It's really important to recognize that people are dealing with what's going on in the world right now in very different ways. Some people are really taking it hard. Some people are in denial. Some people are doing the best that they can with what they have where they are. And so it's very important for us to show empathy and to notice things that we see that are going right as an antidote to all of the negative things that we see going on in our world. And another way that we can improve the world around us through kindness is to simply be attentive, as we don't have to necessarily rewind our video cassette tapes anymore, because I don't think there are many video rental stores around anymore, to be honest. But one thing that we can do is just notice little things around us. For instance, one thing I saw yesterday on the golf course is that there was some trash on the ground, and one of the guys I was playing with was very proactive, went and picked it up. And that was a really good thing to do. Just everyone taking care of things. So we're taught as golfers to maintain the greens and to maintain the course. You replace your divots on the fairways and in the rough, and if you make a ball mark on the green when your ball lands on the green, you fix it. And that is a way to kind of pay it forward, to leave the place in a better condition than you saw it. So if you can think of ways that you can look in the world around you to make small improvements and just to pick up after yourself, pick up after other people, and show that you care, I think that that will rub off on a lot of other people and that will make a difference. And finally, just take it easy and stay back and be careful with the world around you. I've noticed over the past 18 months a lot more erratic driving, and I wonder how much of that is people under stress or possibly people under the influence of some substance. I really don't know, and I can't necessarily comment, but I've noticed that people have become a lot more aggressive and or a lot more careless when out on the road. So it's be very important for us to pay attention, always be defensive when it comes to our driving and our maneuvering, and just to be careful about what we see and to be able to react and be able to protect yourself. That's really all I have for this week, and I hope that my message is one that will give you some ideas that you can think about. So, the first thing, remember, is to look for things that are going on around you and to notice them and to praise people for the things that make them unique and make them memorable to you so that you can put a good thought in somebody's mind and perhaps build a stronger community with the people around you. And the second thing is to pay it forward by picking up after yourself, picking up after other people, and showing people that you care about the environment around you and taking care of things. And so as a result, people will want to take care of things better themselves. And then the final thing that I would advise is to just be careful out there as much as you can. A lot of people are under a lot of stress, and understandably so. The world is beating down on people pretty hard right now. But it's important for us in our local communities with the people around us, the people that we love and we care about, to be the positive and uplifting influences that we can be. So I want to leave you with those three messages. I hope you have a wonderful week. I'm looking forward to connecting with some of my friends over the next couple of weeks. God bless you, and I hope you have a great rest of your day. Thank you very much for listening today.